Available on demand every day on iTunes and the Google Play Store, and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you?
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Buzz Burbank in the Mike O'Mara Show newsroom. It's a sad news Friday for some. Wayne Newton's exotic animals sold for less than $100 each. A bankruptcy court judge in Nevada gave approval to sell off 280 exotic animals from a collection assembled by Wayne Newton. The sale of the animals, part of an attempt to offload the Casa de Shenandoah property, which was once Newton's home. The collection of animals sold to a wildlife center in Oregon. The collection included penguins, two-fingered sloths, and lovebirds. The transfer of the animals is expected to be complete by June. It was just a year and a half ago that Newton was planning to return to Casa de Shenandoah and turn it into a tourist attraction that included a museum, a tour of the main house, and the ability to interact with his collection of animals.
Okay, first off, I heard definite snickering during that news story, and I want to emphasize the fact this is not funny.
It's a serious story.
This is serious. This is, as Buzz said,
like that.
Serious News Friday.
Sad for many.
Is he out there?
Let's look.
Josh, can you get the door, please?
Hello, Rob.
I win.
Devastation.
I was going to ask, how do you feel?
27 grand.
You all right?
That's all.
27 grand for those exotic animals.
Way below market price.
I thought
I can't believe my life. I cannot believe my life has come down to this.
I know you're upset, and you know how I
They
can tell?
sold the guinea hens.
I know, and the penguins.
They
and the
sold
lovebirds.
my guinea hens. I cannot believe.
You know, I always applaud the fact that you let the guinea hens run free.
They ran free with all the other animals, exotic animals, the exotics. As
Is that what you call them?
The exotics.
Because I know you had the exotics and you also had the Arabians.
How does Mike O'Mara work with this microphone every day?
He's
What
a
a piece of crap.
He's a pro.
Sorry, Wayne.
But I'm trying to move on.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I guess.
We're
Mr.
moving
Newton,
you have
to
to.
a small condo off the strip
Really?
in Las Vegas.
Really? Is
Close to the sands.
Is it a rental?
It's a rental. And I'm here. I'm not here to weep.
No.
About my exotic animals. I'm here to say I will continue to perform as only Wayne Newton can.
Stay strong, Wayne.
Yes,
How
yes,
do you,
Oscar.
How do you recover? I see the number $27,000, and I
Yes.
think, what could you buy for $27,000? Center of the road Camry, probably middle of the road Camry.
Midline sedan is what
Yes.
you're talking
Yeah,
about.
for-
A midline sedan. Those animals. If I sold those animals for their market value,
Right.
I would have taken in at least $1 million.
But a lot of people, Wayne, would say something is
$27,000
Oh, my God.
for all of my beautiful
But Wayne,
exotics.
The only thing that something
I'm
is
thank
worth.
God they didn't get their hooks into the stallions.
Oh, the Arabians.
The Arabians.
Well, yeah.
That would have destroyed
Now,
them.
where are
would be
they?
cruel.
Where are they going to go?
I hid them.
Hit them?
I hid them in the back barn with my collection of belts.
Did you ever disguise them?
I did not disguise them. I hid them behind a wall
What's your secret wall?
with my belts and my jewelry.
Hidden Arabian.
Because you don't want anyone to have access.
You
to
can
that.
laugh all you
I'm
want.
not
This is a
laughing.
devastating day for Wayne Newton.
Mr. Newton,
Yes,
Devastation.
Mr. Santana.
out of all the animals that you're losing at the moment, which is your favorite?
Oh, Wayne.
What are you going to miss?
Wayne, what
the
will
most,
you miss?
Wayne?
I had a peacock named Maury
Maury the peacock.
that would sound his call each morning at dawn. It was so sad. It was so sad. The
Wayne-
peacocks. Some might call that noise pollution. I call that love.
Would you-
I call that love. You know, peacocks are loud animals.
Can you imitate
truly are.
the sound of Maury? Can
Sure.
you recreate it?
It would, as the sun would come up over the Vegas mountains.
Right. Beautiful.
And,
A beautiful sight.
A beautiful sun. And the sun would rise on a crystal clear blue sky morning.
Right.
And you would hear the ha. And I would say to the whoever the current Mrs. Newton was,
Yeah.
I would say, isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
That is almost as beautiful as the people that did the stitching on my spacesuit when I opened it. Oh,
I remember
That's
that.
hard to match.
But now you're
it's
at
a
the.
beautiful day.
Are you bringing any exotics to the condo?
I happen to have some in my car.
You smuggled some.
Some of the hens.
The guinea hens.
The guinea hens are
Will
in
they
the
run
trunk.
free?
One of them is in the trunk. I started with 3. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
unfortunately, 2 of them did not make the trip.
So what's for dinner?
Successfully, 2 of them passed away somewhere over on the highway in Ohio.
I want to do a reset. Perhaps people are just joining us. We're joined by Las Vegas legend Wayne Newton.
Could you play my Wayne Newton music, please?
I will play your Wayne Newton.
Thanks so
music,
much.
yes.
It'll pick up the mood just
It
a little bit.
identifies him.
Yeah.
better.
Oh, my guinea hens, my peacocks, my lovebirds.
You're horrible.
Wayne, I want to ask you about the penguins.
Hello, Buzz Burbank. How are you?
How you doing, Wayne?
It's
good to see
you. How are you?
Sorry about the sad news.
The guinea hens, the lovebirds, the peacocks.
And the penguins. You had penguins as well, according to this. And I'm just wondering, how do you keep penguins comfortable in Nevada?
Well, it's very simple. I'm planning on investing in some property down in Antarctica.
Really?
Yes, I'm gonna be down
With
there
your
soon.
27,000, you got.
I'm going to take a boat. I'm going to and live on the boat and study them. They're fascinating creatures.
That could be fun.
They
kind of like
they
a pie
are
kind of
fascinating.
thing.
Are they a vocal creature?
They are vocals too.
Can you do their voices?
Well, I remember it was now the peacocks would sound their call at dawn, and the penguins would call all day long.
The beautiful Vegas sun.
Yeah, and I know we have to start the show, but I just want to say,
Oh, I have your music though.
Oh, you have my music.
Do you want to
please?
go young or more recent?
More recent, please.
Okay, because if you wanted to go young,
And I'd not like you to meet
we have you on the Lucy show, as you recall.
It's a sad memory.
That is because that's sad.
The great red lady is dead.
The great lady.
Yeah.
The great red lady, Lucille Ball.
Like a guinea hen.
This is more like it. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Hilton Hotel. I'm Wayne Newton, and all my guinea hens are gone. So are my penguins. So are my lovebirds. Life is not good. Bright Light City. Yes, sir. Turn that off.
It's
Very,
not
very
helping, is
depressing.
it?
Too much.
You were
know what?
asking. You were
I'm
asking.
sorry we brought up the great red lady.
You were asking Lucille Ball, the great red lady.
That's right.
Did she like exotics?
She liked something that was exotic.
Can you share?
She liked Wayne's. I used to call it my trouser foul.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
Oh, God. Andre, really? What is the Facebook post? What the? Good pizza, good friends, good time.
Yeah. Plus, I already got 5 comments. Someone goes, "That's a spicy pizza."
Seriously, can you please stop it? All of you. You guys are so annoying. All this online social interaction, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Jenny, can you please stop posting pictures of your stupid kid all the time?
That stupid kid is your niece.
Yeah, I don't care if it's my dick. I don't need to see 1,000 pictures of it pretending to ride a dog.
You know what? I'm tweeting everything you're saying, and people are really behind you.
I'm going to tweet your face, Andre.
Oh, guys, Taco's got a point, okay? I mean, the whole, Twitter, Facebook thing, it's getting a little out of hand.
Well, I've come up with an alternative. I've created the first ever offline social network.
I think this has been happening for a while, Taco. It's called Society.
It's better than society. It's my face.
My face?
I'll give you an example. Watch, I'll post a comment. I didn't bring any money to pay for my meal today.
For real?
Yeah, can I borrow $10?
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Buzz Burbank, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his couch, here's Mike.
We are live from the Cappy Pfeiffer Studios. This is Mike O'Mara's show, downloaded worldwide 17.5 million times and powered by Encore Insurance. We're at MikeO'MaraShow.com, 102.9 FM WTNT in Washington, D.C., and the mighty 1630 KCJJ in Iowa. Today is Friday, March 15, 2013.
Beware the Ides of March, Mike.
Is that what it is?
That's today's the Ides of March.
I'm going to ask you about that because I don't know what the hell that is.
All right.
And I've heard it for years, but I really don't know what it means.
Okay, I'm ready. Standing by with an answer.
We are brought to you by our Amazon page. We talk about it all the time, but because we have been fortunate to have so many advertisers on this show, we have not had time to tell you about our main advertiser, Amazon.
Yes.
It's real simple. You want to support this show, you go to the Mike O'Mara Show page, and you shop through that. It's real easy. Link it on you can bookmark it. That's what I wanted to say.
That's what you want to do.
The banner ad at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon takes you directly to your account, and now you can link your Amazon page to your Citi Card rewards account. How does that work?
That's Buzz. He's the guy that's got that hairbrain scheme.
You get an email from Citi Cards that tells you to click a link. You click on that, and the next thing you know, you have credit from your Citi Card that you've earned in your rewards program that you can spend at Amazon with the push of a button.
Zang.
I know, right?
You save even more, too.
I don't know about you, but I just heard clicks and pops.
So, here it is. It's very simple. If you're going to do any shopping at all online, you usually do it on Amazon. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Most successful company in the world, one of the great companies in the world. Amazon.com. Don't just go there. Go through our page to get there. We get credit. It's that simple.
Easy.
You'd be amazed. And when you start doing that, the cash just starts rolling in.
Not
Ka-ching! We'll never have to sell the exotics, Mike.
Save money and support the show.
What's 0.01%?
Save money
Of a lovebird.
and support the show through MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. What a great day it is. It's the Friday before St. Patty's Day.
That's right.
Yes, you must be.
Some people might have gotten a little jump on St. Patty's Day watching the hockey game last night.
Really?
After he was talking to his business manager.
He was a peaceful man, if you know what I
Why do you
mean.
play that stereotypical crap?
This is a great song. You see what happens, Mike, is whenever Clancy gets his Irish up, Clancy lowers the boom.
You know,
He fights.
all these years, he has never gotten the subtleties of what it is to be Irish in America. He turns us all into little stereotypical leprechauns.
That's right.
And you're the kind of guy that you'll make corned beef and cabbage on St. Patrick's Day.
I'm doing it.
won't you?
Actually, Saturday night I'm doing it. Yeah.
I am too.
Well, he celebrates in
You're
the
both
kitchen.
such bigots.
How is it bigoted?
Because it's bigoted.
I happen to like corned beef. and
I remember
it's
all the people used to
available.
come to my restaurant.
Hey, you gotta get corned beef and cabbage.
Well, it's delicious.
Shepherd's pie is supposed to have bigger chunks of vegetables.
That's
F
what you
lick it.
remember.
Oh, my
But
name
anyway.
is McNamara. I'm the leader of the band.
We'll get to St. Patrick's Day. A lot more fun. We're going to talk to our guests about
I
the
like that.
Fallen Officers Ride, and we'll talk about St. Patty's Day. Got to talk about you and puppy school.
Yes.
You going to China.
Yeah.
No
Ni
idea what the
hao.
hell that.
And what does that mean again?
Hello.
That's right.
A very interesting video that I don't trust, but if it's real, it's great. And I think it's a commercial, too.
Okay.
I'm going to work with the Marines. I'll tell you all about that. That's coming up. And
Congratulations on signing up.
I volunteered.
Oh, good boy.
And a new food passion. All that on the show today. But before we get started, I want to bring in Officer Hawkins and also Mike. I will not make fun of your last name, Schutz. And it's Schutz, right? It's Schutz?
That's right.
Schutz.
Schutz.
So he's Mike Schultz. No, I'm sorry. He's a guest. I've never met him before.
How in the world
he's
did you-
wondering, and they're representing an amazing event that I support 100%. And
It
here
took
I am.
10
All I'm doing
words.
is making fun of his name.
10 words from you saying, I will not make fun of your name.
I know.
To becoming Herman Goering.
I didn't.
I've never heard it before. From
There you go.
You've come to the right
You
place.
got some Schutz on your shirt. No, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I'm goofy today. Let's welcome Officer Hawkins. Meg Hawkins, good to have you here.
Welcome.
Old friend of mine.
Thank you for having me.
And it's this is really, in my opinion, there are two rides that I think are the best. I love my own, but I like this one more. I have to tell you that. I have to be honest
Well,
with you.
because you don't try very hard.
This is the 2013 Officer Down Memorial Ride, and Meg, 3 years ago you put this together.
This is the second annual. So it'd be
Second
2
annual.
years.
Wow.
Last
So
year was the first one.
the reason I think it was 3 years ago is because you had to be stunned with the success of this when you did it for the first time. I remember hearing about this ride, and it is the Officer Down Memorial Ride. It takes place out in Haymarket, Virginia, on Saturday, April 27th. And last year, over 300 bikes.
Over 300, yes. 300 bikes and
Which is
people.
amazing. And this year they're shooting for 500 bikes for this
that's
ride.
great.
It's not
Isn't-
a poker run. It's just a ride.
Right.
But it is a wonderful
500
wonderful
bikes. It's going to be noisy.
Yes.
Yeah. So just beware.
I just wanted you
These
to know.
motorcycles, Mike, I don't know if you're familiar. Many of them are quite loud.
It's for a great cause, though, Rob.
Don't make me come over there.
No, you stay right there. I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Meg, where did you get the idea to do the Officer Down Memorial Ride?
Well, I met Chris Cosgrove, who's the founder of ODMP.org, and a couple years ago, and I talked to him about raising some money for Officer Down Memorial Page. And my passion is riding, as well as being a police officer. And I said, hey, why don't we do a ride? He said, okay, sure. So last year, I ran with it.
And it was so successful. I think it's going to be. It's just the timing of it, the location of it, everything kind of combines. There are lots of people that do charity rides.
You can see pictures of last year's rides on their website. They also have a Facebook page. But this is especially timely and meaningful for us after the wounding of Officer LeBoy.
Yeah, let's bring in Mike. Mike, I want you to talk, if you will, about when we hear the Officer Down Memorial Ride. The first thing I think is that this goes to benefit the families of officers that have been injured and killed in the line of duty.
Well, it doesn't go to the families directly. What it goes to is the Officer Down Memorial page. Which,
Okay, what is that? Because it sounds like you're giving money to a web page.
Well, it's interesting because that's the name that we have. The page started out as a page. It started in a college dorm room down at James Madison University.
Really?
In 1996.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so tell us about the page. What is the officer?
Well,
it's ODMP, Officer Down Memorial Page.
Correct.
Okay.
ODMP.org.
Okay.
As Meg said, started by Chris Cosgrove, and it was in 1996. And might help to give just a real quick background on it. Chris was in college, always intended to be a cop. Was in college to kind of bide his time until then, and he had read some articles in a local rag that were basically glorifying a reformed cop killer. Had been in prison for a number of years for killing 2 Prince George's officers in the 70s. And everybody from the judge that paroled the guy to Howard University law professor that wanted to give the guy a law degree were praising this guy. All the while, the cops that he killed in cold blood back in the 70s just got blurbs and back pages.
And we're forgotten, basically.
Yeah, essentially. So that this being back in the beginning of 1996, as the internet was being born, as Chris was in college and wanted to learn how to do something new, he decided to learn how to do a web page and start memorializing.
Oh, so this really is just to keep these guys
memory alive,
the memory of these guys alive.
Yeah,
that's what it's about.
It's the memory. It's awareness. We've grown quite a bit. I started helping Chris in '96 and '97. I was at JMU as well. But a lot of people don't realize that. On average, over 150 officers are killed in this country every year.
Amazing. And it's and you're absolutely right. It is a statistic you don't hear about. We recently have had the officer Peter LeBoy with the Alexandria Police Department, who has had an absolutely miraculous recovery from a gunshot wound to the head. And I think a story like that, suddenly we all become aware of it. But by and large, there are many other officers in this area and all over the country.
You don't even hear about it.
And you don't. It is not because, I guess, in the eyes of most mainstream media outlets, it's not a sexy story. So they're forgotten. And and it's sad. It's sad that happens. And I think it should be in our national consciousness.
Yeah, well, and how many people remember just down the street here, December 31st last year? It hasn't even been 3 months. Officer Chris Young.
Yeah, and who was killed in the car wreck.
Yeah,
where he was hit by a van, a minivan, right, or something like that, and killed. I wasn't in town for it. But several friends of mine that participated in his memorial service. Really, one of the most amazing memorial services ever in the Manassas area, just for this officer. And with the news lately, I don't know if you're here in Washington D.C. and you pick up the newspaper on a daily basis.
Yeah,
it's not like it's getting safer out there.
No, certainly not. And our statistics, we track statistics every year, and it's hard to really capture trends. But we try to report on that. We've had a couple of interesting years where it's perhaps been a downtick, perhaps in the number of line of duty deaths per year. But one of the things that we're seeing too, along the lines of what you're saying, is last year, I believe it was last year, for the first time in well over a decade, gunfire was again the top cause for line of duty deaths. It had been, it's traditionally automobile accidents,
like it was with Peter LeBoy, most recently in there. And so you get out there. All bikers are welcome for this event. You can show up. It starts at April 27th, Saturday morning. On-site registration and check-in starts at 9:00 with the last bike out by 10:30. This is not a poker run. I want to point that out. And this is just it is a poker run. Why did I think it wasn't a poker run?
Well, aren't they all poker runs?
No, they're not all poker runs. I thought so we get cards?
Yes.
Cards?
Yes.
Meg's giving me that look.
Remember we talked
Excuse
about
me,
this,
Officer
Mike.
Hawkins. I've known her for a long time.
Do you want to break it down for me and explain how the ride works, about how you start motorcycles and you drive on a road? Because apparently we need to really do the bedrock of understanding here.
Well,
all right, so
first
it's an
you put gas in the motorcycle, and then you turn the ignition.
Thank you. It starts and it ends at the Lion and Bull Restaurant in Haymarket, Virginia. That's out off Route 66, 5351 Merchants View Square. If you want to find out more about this, you can go to your website, and the website is officerdownmemorialride.com. The best hand will win prizes, and get out there and see all the bikes. What I love about this really is that, Meg, Officer Hawkins, and I are motorcycle enthusiasts, and anybody that participates in these, it's all about the bikes, really. And to see a parking lot, a sea of motorcycles on a spring Saturday morning.
It's a wonder
sight. You guys have all participated.
It's an awesome sight, is what it is. And that kind of support is incredible.
Right.
So what I love about this is, one, Mike, you were enthused to have them come in. We've been talking about this for like a month behind the scenes.
I missed Meg's ride, Officer Hawkins' ride, and I keep going between that. Is it okay to call you Meg?
Yes.
Okay.
Or Officer Meg.
Officer Meg.
I like that.
Don't call me sir. I get that all the time.
Oh, I know you wanted to talk about it. I guess. All right, let's get right to it.
Okay.
Megan, our mutual friend, we all have our good friend, unfortunately, who passed away, Bob Trost.
Yeah.
And Bob had a memorial service that was just a beautiful event, and also he had here in Manassas an Irish wake. And the reason I'm chuckling, and everybody there who was there and happened to cross my path, is because of, I suppose, the the week and everything going on, and it is an Irish wake when you celebrate with a little Guinness.
No, not you.
It was Irish wake.
I may have been at and the Irish wake was not a traditional Irish wake. It was just we gathered in more of an informal setting to remember our friend Bob.
And the wake is more of a celebration than the morning of the actual funeral,
yes,
right? So.
And Officer Meg was there. Mike O'Mara was there.
And speaking of
our
himself
good
in
friend
third
Steve
person?
Shannon was there, and was Steve there?
Yes,
We need to double check that.
Bob's wife was there. Sue was there. Bob DeHaven from Patriot Heart. All of the usual suspects were there. And I think as the day progressed, everybody did the right thing, and that was to go home. Well, this particular event was held steps from my front door.
Mike, that is the right thing to do when
Yes.
you've been drinking at a bar.
Is to go home.
That's the last part of the night.
Some do not go home when they should.
Well, they don't want
as
the
my
evening-
wife informed me.
They don't want the evening to end.
We were at our mutual friend Steve Shannon's 60th birthday party when Meg was going over my behavior at the end of the day.
A recap.
I think that the term is overserved. I was slightly overserved.
When she was recapping the evening to you, did she exhibit what I would call a cop's attention to detail?
She sure as hell did.
Well, that's great.
And that's not pleasant. That's not pleasant. I sat down across from Meg at this recent birthday party we were at, and Meg was going over my behavior. But I didn't remember that thing you mentioned when you came into the studio today. That I was asking you about your. Well, I got to cut right to the chase. Your sexuality, yes.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Mike.
Okay, Oscar. I don't need the oh my God. I don't need it. So.
Can I backstory this a little bit?
Yeah,
Please do.
yeah,
Please.
yeah.
Leave
This is
nothing
like she's promoting the ride and she's all shy, but now she's sitting right up. She wants to dive. Go ahead, backstory.
Give us an official report.
We're sitting there at the bar, and another couple was sitting next to us, and the gentleman was not there, and the wife had ordered 2 burgers with fries. So Mike's just
hungry lady
eating his
Hungry
fries.
Mike.
Eating the guy's fries?
Of course.
This is what she told me at the birthday party.
And the lady's looking at him like,
What are you doing?
Mike, dude, those
aren't
are
your
Bob's
fries.
fries. He's like, Bob's fries? Of course it's all about Bob's.
Wow,
That's kind of focused on our good friend Bob, and Bob would be laughing his ass off hearing this story too.
she's a good mimic.
Yeah, she is.
He continues to eat the fries and eat the fries and eat the fries.
Sure.
And the
hungry.
lady's just looking at him, and I'm like, so she finally takes the plate and puts it to the other side of her, and he doesn't think anything of it. He doesn't even notice the fries aren't there anymore, anything. And then we start conversating, and he gets you get very deep. Very deep when
Intense.
you're intoxicated. And I'm just sitting there.
Well, if you have a moment
wow.
after the show, officer, I would like to draw a chart of Mike as the evening
cool.
progresses,
That'd be
because it
awesome.
doesn't start deep. It will get deep, and then it will be very, very shallow.
You can keep it in your pocket.
I am really not enjoying this.
I'm wearing a dress, which I rarely do. And
So is Mike.
Not so rare.
Right?
And my arms are showing, and I have almost a full sleeve of tattoos.
Right.
Yes, you do.
And he goes,
I complimented them, didn't I?
I don't remember.
Okay.
This is all I remember.
All
We're
right.
like-
He didn't try to eat the tattoos, did he?
Is that a fry?
he's like, are
of
you a
a friend.
lesbian? I thought you were a lesbian.
Oh,
Wait, say it again. Go ahead. Say they were talking, or what did I say?
He goes, are you a lesbian? I thought you were a lesbian.
Wow.
And I go, why? Because I actually had a really short haircut. I kind of went the pink style for a couple
Yeah,
a year.
right.
And I'm like, oh, because of my haircut? And he goes, no, because of your tattoos. I'm like, I don't have a rainbow or anything like that, so I have no idea why you would think I was a lesbian.
Mike
That's
likes to go out and-
quite the leap, you know?
Yeah, he likes
It
to go
is.
out and
Right?
steal French
Yeah.
fries and make friends.
I don't know. We kind of we have gotten along since I
that?
met
Oh,
you.
yeah.
I liked you as soon as I met you, and we haven't had a lot of social interaction.
Yeah.
But it's the kind of thing like when we went to our mutual buddy Steve, who is extremely close to Megan, as she calls him her dad. I
Right.
mean, it's like this guy is a mutual friend of ours. I sit down across from Megan. We've socialized twice, 3 times, but it's like I've known her for a long time.
That's what it is.
Perhaps
He felt
that was a
comfortable.
little.
He felt comfortable.
Thank you,
I
Buzz.
guess
I did.
He likes
I did.
lesbians.
I swear to God.
Do you like lesbians?
No, I didn't
Where are the
say
fries?
it that way. I didn't say it that way. But
At that
thank
point-
you for yes.
At that point, did you ask Mike about his sexuality?
No.
Just checking.
So anyway, it was it was an evening where a lot of stress was released that evening.
Yeah, of course.
But you got a front row seat, Officer Meg.
I'll tell you, the fact that she's in the studio now and she came on this show
Family.
and she sat across from me at that party with and what was delightful is when Meg was telling this story in front of my wife. And Carla was just going, "Oh yeah, that's you.
She knows.
That's the way it goes," because she was there also. We'll talk more about the Officer Down Memorial Ride and more fun and more thrills. It's great to have you guys here.
Yeah. Well,
we'll be right back, everybody. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. We are brought to you by ScoreBig.com. Taking your family to a game or any event can be really expensive, especially if you're paying too much for tickets. Imagine getting great seats at up to 60% below the box office price. Your first stop, whatever you want to see, is ScoreBig.com, where below box office prices are guaranteed. Now, imagine getting $30 on top of your first order. They're going to do that for you, too. All you have to do is enter that wonderful code we give you, TMOS. Great seats, below box office prices, and an extra $30 off with your very first order. A lot of you have gone to Score Big, and you're getting these deals. Thanks for letting us know. Send us a line, drop us a line, and let us know about your experience at Score Big. And no extra fees ever. No need to go anywhere but ScoreBig.com. And don't forget to enter our code, TMOS. All right, getting back to enough of this talk of lesbians and all.
By
this,
the way, I'm not a lesbian.
Yeah, yes, it's true. And
I think we got
that. And I liked your. Is that your boyfriend who was at the? And I hit it off with him too.
Jimmy.
Right, Jimmy. Jimmy's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
You were making friends with everybody.
This was the party after I was loaded.
All right.
There was another party where you
I
weren't
told you
loaded?
the birthday party where she told me my
party.
behavior at the other.
And this was totally.
Weren't
dry?
you here for the dress rehearsal?
It was a dry party. You weren't drinking there.
The parties never stop.
I was drinking. I had a couple of beers.
Of course, just to make the shaking.
It's a party. Come on.
You know what's going to happen now? I'm going to get like 11 Facebook messages this weekend. Mike, please, you need to stop.
Yeah.
Just telling stories.
And like a brochure for promises.
St. Patrick's Day.
Just celebrating your heritage.
OfficerDownMemorialRide.com. That's what it is. T-shirts and patches for the event are also available at the website, and starts. You head out at 10:30. You send people out in waves, or does everybody go out at the same time?
It's a self-guided ride, so you get there at 9 a.m. You can go ahead and start, get out there. If you pre-register, you actually get a free T-shirt, and the pre-registration's on the website.
That's what I'm going to do. I want the free T-shirt. You have them in big sizes?
Yes, we do.
Thank you very much.
They're actually the logo's right at the top. You'll see it with the eagle and the Officer Down Memorial Ride. It's awesome. There's raffles. There's going to be prizes there. Free food if you pre-register. Antique police cars. There's also going to be a motor demonstration by the Prince William County Motor Squad.
Oh, that's the best.
Love that.
Yes,
They are
it's
great.
awesome. And we have 2 live bands playing for us, Bad Luck and Spellbound.
Wow. So this is
Nice.
huge.
Oh, I know
This is,
Spellbound.
Family friendly. Family
You know
friendly.
Spellbound, Julie Fanning.
Oh, very
Yes.
cool.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
And
it's awesome.
she's a motorcycle enthusiast as well. That's awesome.
Congratulations on doing all that for the 2nd annual. That speaks to like a 10th annual. That's
a
a
big
lot of
show.
stuff going
It was-
on.
It's a big
Good
show.
show.
It was pretty awesome. Everybody's come out to support and help out. We've had a lot of great sponsors, like Lion and Bull with Ron out there. He's awesome. Just different groups of motorcycle clubs helping out. The Fairfax
cool.
Hog chapter helps out, volunteers, Iron Warriors and the Roughnecks, and we have a lot of great prizes. So family friendly, bring your kids out. I think the Geico Gecko is going to make an appearance.
Cool. You've arrived.
Please don't run over him.
You have arrived. Boy, you got the Geico Gecko. Wow.
We need a Geico
What
Gecko.
the hell's wrong with my ride?
No.
Well,
you can't.
no
oh,
gecko.
no.
I'm
No
sorry, I
ride
can't go
envy.
there.
Make it all
I've
about
got
you.
ride envy.
Yeah.
I'm the normal. I'm a man, flesh and bone.
That's right.
It's like the Pope.
Come to Mike's ride. We'll have French fries.
Yeah, right. All right.
Lots and lots of French fries.
Moving right along.
Lesbians
And
welcome.
lesbians too.
Yes. Oh, the best lesbians.
Hey, just really, if you can put your cop hat on for just a second, how great is that Peter LeBoy story? I mean, the guy that took a gunshot wound to the temple, was shot in the head. You had mentioned the odds of him recovering like he has, 1 in a million. That he's done this. That's got to be. I would imagine for officers in all jurisdictions around the area. That's got to be wonderful. I love the story.
It was a victory.
As a civilian, I love the story. You on the job, you got to love that story.
It's amazing. It's amazing the support that they've shown him, the medical, and also all the Brothers in Blue and everybody, even the public, and just what he's doing. I'd keep it up, and we're here for you and his family. So
I think everybody. We have television shows about people in law enforcement. We have movies about people in law enforcement.
Lots of them.
But day to day, I think people lose sight of. It's very similar to losing sight of what our military does overseas. When I mentioned this, that in Afghanistan, there's a firefight every day. There's some sort of skirmish going on, and we're in a war situation. It's the same thing with everybody that serves in uniform in law enforcement, and I think we need to remember there's a marvelous television program that's on that I think is one of the most sensitive shows, reality shows about police officers. This is not cops. This is not seeing the drunk guy sitting on his stoop with having a drinking game, betting whether he's going to have his shirt on or not.
Right.
This is a show. It's called Boston's Finest.
Yeah, we talked about this when we were in Florida.
It is it's just reinvigorating. What it does more than any show of its kind for me is it really, really demonstrates to you the day-to-day job and the fact that they are putting their lives every time they put on the uniform, they go out on the street. Walking into a house, looking in a closet, you never know. You don't know what's going to be on the other side of that car door. You don't know what's going to be on the other side of that home door. You don't know. And I think everybody, when you're out there and you're getting a speeding ticket or you're seeing somebody, that's pulling somebody over, please remember this. And I think it's very important. And we take it completely for granted. They're the blue lights we see in our rearview mirror when we get pulled over on 66 for going too fast.
How's that?
When sorry, Buzz. Sorry to open that wound up.
That's
I've read about it.
Still a little sore.
But really, and that is, I guess the reason I have so many cop friends is I don't know, this profession and people in law enforcement somehow go together a little bit. I've always gotten along well. I have a lot of friends who are police officers.
What's great about the show that Mike just mentioned, Mike and Meg, is that it shows you the personal lives of the officers to an extent that you are invested in them, that you see them as people, and so you really have a lot more empathy for them when they do go into that empty house. Or
absolutely.
The way you said it, Mike, it's taken for granted. I mean, it really, really is. Have you ever stopped and taken a thought? How would things be if we didn't have cops there all the time?
Right.
Always. And we do. And all the time, always. They're
days
there
and
for
days and days and hours and hours and hours of routine. In many cases, mind-numbing routine.
Boredom.
Punctuated
really?
And paperwork.
That bad. Huh?
Punctuated by that moment where you throw that all out the window. All the boredom, all the paperwork. You've got to react and you've got to use your training and your instincts. And so,
can I ask about that?
You see a police officer, just remember that.
How do you stay sharp and observant, which is part of your job? Rob mentioned a cop's attention to detail.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm having that stroke. How do you do that in an environment that's frequently boring, like you described?
You're always, where normal people are just chilling out and everything like that at work. You're always on edge, and whether you show it or not, and then you just kind of switch. It's a switch.
It's like Oscar during the audio vault. It's the same thing.
I power down. I know what's happening.
Do you prefer the action? And I know there's a danger element, and there's certain there's elements that you would always want to avoid. But do you prefer the action to the boredom, or do you like it when things are progressing at the normal rate and things are normal? What do you prefer about your job?
Well, there's no normal. I mean, obviously we're talking about that. You never know what traffic stop, what call. You go to a house, the door's open, you have no idea. It could just be someone left the door open, or there could be someone burglarizing it. You just never know.
Right.
I guess. I mean, it's fun to drive fast and all that stuff, but
yes, isn't it, Buzz?
The adrenaline factor.
But and get involved in something and helping somebody out. I guess that's more for me. Is I like helping the people, as opposed to shooting at other people and stuff like that, which I've never done.
Good.
But it's tough, because we have our own lives, just like you're talking about. Like I have my own personal stress, and people forget that. Like I had a girl. I gave a ride. She was walking on the side of the street in the middle of the night, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" She's like, my friends left me." I'm like, "Get in my car. I'll drive you home."
Wow.
And
that's great.
I had the radio on. She's like, "You listen to the radio?"
like you're not even a person.
I'm not human.
Like you're not a human. I wasn't going to say it, but you're not. Yes, I am a human being.
I think there are certain households and certain people that don't have the ability to view a policeman as not only a helper but as a human.
Yeah, as a person.
Because how many people, they see it? Oh my God, they're out to give me a ticket. They've got to get their quota.
We're always the bad person.
You're really not. You're really kind of helpers, and I think a lot of people need to remember that.
Getting
it's
back
easy to forget it.
to your Officer Down ride, it's got to be tremendously satisfying to get the responses from the families. They must really, Mike. They must seriously. You must get great feedback about this.
Well, we do, and I just want to tie into one thing that Meg said. That the dedication to service. That's one thing that the Officer Down Memorial page that this ride benefits. One of our missions is to show that to a lot of people that wouldn't see it. You can go on, anybody that goes to odmp.org, read a story about an officer that's been killed, and we've got reflections, which are family, friends, anybody can leave messages, and hundreds of people leave messages talking about their memories of that officer that was killed and how dedicated they were to their community. And, I think that's another piece that people don't realize about cops. They think they're out just doing a job, just doing something to have a power trip, and that's not the case. Meg's not unique. Cops are very largely dedicated to the community service.
Cool. The tattoo's pretty unique, though.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, pretty cool.
There it is.
It is nice.
I seriously think it's one of the best sleeves.
Badass.
I think she won a couple awards for it last year.
Well, rightly so.
There you go.
Doesn't stop.
Look at her. She's like, yeah,
she did.
Yeah, I'm bad. Yep, there we go. I love
She's
that
a person.
sleeve.
That's cool.
I think the tattoos on our arms, I think, were done by the same guy that did our logo for the ride.
I think it
worth
is a
mentioning.
beautiful heterosexual tattoo.
Thank you.
The 2013 Officer Down Memorial Ride, remember the date, April 27th out in Haymarket, Virginia. If you're a biker, join us out there. It's going to be a fun day. Carla's going to be out there with me. Carla, I told Carla's mom that I would ask about this. If I bring Carla's mom out, can we get her a ride?
Of course.
Think? Yes, there you go.
That's
it. Linda, you're in.
Steve will take her.
Steve will take her?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Fantastic.
Wow.
That's it. She'll be on the back of the Eagle bike. That'll be awesome.
Yep, it's a beautiful 60-mile ride out west. It's a beautiful ride.
That's
Oh,
good.
it's awesome.
All right,
Perfect
so
time of
remember,
year for it, too.
April 27th. And just a note for you guys on the show. You guys are so terrific to support biker events and to support all of my biker friends, as you did with Bob Trost. And I mean that for Buzz and for Oscar and for Rob and for RJ and for Mark and all of my crew. You're terrific the way you've supported. I've never had in
proud.
any radio show I've ever done, I've never had colleagues and comrades that supported me in these charity events. You guys don't have to. I tell you don't have to, and you do. And it was great to see everybody at Biker Bob's funeral. That meant a tremendous amount to me personally. I never said that to you guys. I said publicly.
It's always a great cause, and it's a spectacle. It's great to see. Now, I did get the chance to tell Bob's widow, I said, one thing that Bob hated that I didn't ride. And Bob did everything he could to interest me in a motorcycle.
Right.
He never was able to succeed at that.
It's kind of like throwing a ball.
Yeah, it's kind of like exertion, Mike. It's very much like exertion or effort.
Now, Buzz has the training. Buzz didn't take to it like a duck to water anyway. He didn't.
I had reasons for staying away. Family discouraged me from it.
But you didn't. But make no mistake. Look,
I loved
something.
it.
Did you really love it?
I did. I actually went out on a number of solo rides and felt what you feel when you go out on these rides and just enjoyed being out in the open air. And
I didn't know that you really loved it.
Oh yeah, I really
Buzz
did.
looked like Steve McQueen at the end of The Great Escape.
I really did. I really did.
That's an old reference, but it works for me. That is so in my brain right now.
And
Riding up along the fence line.
Yeah, exactly.
No
helmet.
Yeah, I suspect I'll get back on and do it again.
Oh, good stuff. Yeah. And you have your Class M too, right?
Yeah.
We have 2 Class M's in here.
Yeah, right.
So.
But this is I did it for promotion on the radio, and I loved doing it. It was great. We gave away the bike that I was using for 6 months, and then after I was done, I said, "Well, I live in the city. Where am I going to park it? I'm going to get a parking spot."
Right. That's part of it.
No pun intended.
I can't wait till you tell that story someday.
About that.
Once upon a time.
So easy to take one of those away.
All right, so we're really up on a break, so I'm going to try to shoehorn this in there. Any plans for St. Patty's Day? Seriously, any real? But Josh, our intern Josh, is nodding his head. What are you doing, Josh?
I'm probably going to get hammered,
That's appropriate.
Well, Mike, it's a celebration of driving the snakes out of Ireland.
I'm probably going to get hammered.
So I'm going to get hammered with
how
Guinness.
nice. How nice after, any more detail than that, Josh?
I brewed 10 gallons of Irish cream ale with my dad the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
So his dad is quite an excellent brewer, I hear here.
Really?
He is.
It's not cream.
See, Rob, you talk to the interns.
I do.
That's fascinating.
He was with me when I met the girlfriend.
So he's really talking to
And
the
you
girl.
still listened anyway.
Yeah,
Is she going to be? Will she be celebrating with you?
Hopefully.
Oh, good.
Hey, Mike.
Wonderful. Yes.
Aaron go bra.
Or less.
That's it.
We'll take a break. Come back with more. This is the Mike O'Mara Show, everybody. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. I love it when you still play Buddy Rich for me on Friday.
Try to trot him in every Friday for
I
you,
love
Mike.
that.
And this is my favorite. I think this is him with Maynard.
Oh, I like
No.
that. No?
No, I think this capture I do believe is.
This is West Side Story with Maynard Ferguson?
I believe Maynard on trumpet.
I like Maynard
Yeah,
Ferguson.
I'll buy it for you on iTunes.
This segment of the program is brought to you by Vistaprint.com. You're starting a new business. You need those cards. We tell you all the time, the best deal in the world. 250 top quality business cards for just $10. Millions of business owners use Vistaprint because it is affordable and so easy to create quality custom business cards online. Choose from thousands of designs or upload your own. They've got the heavy paper stock you like so bad.
Oh, I love it so bad.
Half the regular price. We said yesterday when we were talking about Vistaprint, send us your business cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wanna see
Especially
'em.
if they're a little goofy.
We
We'd
wanna see
love to see them.
Yes, we're going to pretend to hang them up in the studio.
250 top quality.
It's a game, Mike.
I'm trying to sell a product here.
As am I.
We'll pretend to hang them up in the studio.
You know
look
what,
at
we'll
them.
hang-
We'll have. I have got.
How about this?
What?
We'll hang up in back of Rob.
Seriously, why don't
Yes.
we put a
I'd love
business
that.
card in
Yeah.
back of your big melon?
Oh, yeah, good luck seeing
A
it.
big decoupage.
We could put them on that door. We need the sound
collage.
deadening.
whatever.
That's actually from Vistaprint.
Oh, really?
See?
Oh, look at that.
See?
Look, that is the
Number
card.
one.
Look
That's
at it, it's a
beauteous.
glossy
Number
one.
number one right there.
That is the
Winner.
that is the
Mike.
Officer Down Memorial Ride.
I will make a collage and hang it behind Rob.
Oh, because when I think arts and crafts, I think Oscar.
We should put them on that glass
I'll
for
go to
sound
Michael's.
deadening.
You know what I like on this one? This has got the shiny cover on it. I like
And, you know,
You
they
get
don't.
glossy.
I know that's a great deal on cards, but you know, Vistaprint does everything. And Mike, I was listening to Americast.
Yeah?
And do you know what Marcus Serta did?
What did he do?
He made himself a TMOS Windows sticker for his car,
Really?
and he got it at Vistaprint. Got a great deal and got it fast.
Yeah, it's not just business cards, it's everything. So go to Vistaprint.com, enter TMOS in the search bar to get your 250 cards for just $10.
Yeah.
It's a great deal.
The best.
We are here with Mike Schutz and also Schutz or Schutz?
Schutz.
Schutz. Like Schultz without an L.
It's German, right? Is it German?
I'll go ahead and say Bavarian.
Bavarian.
Yes.
Oh, that's the
safe
happy
answer.
German, Mike.
That's right.
That's the happy German that doesn't.
Don't you have Bavarian music, Rob?
You actually do.
Oh, I
you
do?
have happy and sad.
Oh, yeah, I do. There we go. Hold on just a second.
Which will you lead with?
Happy Bavarian.
Well, there's Happy.
Yes. This is a song called Schutz.
Then there's preparation for war games.
Yeah.
Why is in den einen Mike Schutz on in my wooden ship von the house of Delhi happy.
This is less happy.
Have you ever heard?
Yeah. Have you?
Have you ever heard Rob and I do the gay German?
You know, I'm not sure that I have.
Oh, we're going into the Hofbauhaus. What are you having? Are you going to have your schnitzel?
I was going to actually skip right to dessert and have German.
Why do you skip to dessert all the time when you can enjoy the regular food?
I'm enjoying very much the cream sauce they serve on it.
It's delicious cream
Very
sauce.
good.
I
And
know,
I would
I know.
also like to have a Kolsch.
Would you like to beer?
Yes, please, can we share one beer, 2 straws?
Oh, that's right. Danke schön.
Oh, thank you so much.
Bitte schön.
Bye.
Thank you.
Nice.
I don't know.
Nice.
It's a Friday
It's a little
show.
playlet for you.
It's a Friday show. I can't help. I have to ask you, Rob. I put it on the list today.
Yes.
How is puppy school going?
You know what? We had the first edition of Puppy School. We went to the local pet store, and I went on Sunday, and they were just breaking up the first week. It's a 7-week deal. And they said, well, if you want, you can come in Tuesday, make up your first week of Puppy School, and then go into the Sunday schedule. I said, great. So I show up at 7 o'clock on Tuesday night, and the teacher, who looked very much like the comic book guy.
Answer me these questions 3.
He said, oh, who is this?
Looking at the dog?
Yes. Well, I don't think he was talking to me.
Because he probably doesn't have. Is
He
he
might
one of
have
these
been.
guys that actually doesn't get along that well with people?
Yeah, his social skills I would put at medium on the best day. And so I did want to say, my name is Rob.
Right.
But what I said is, this is Linus. And he says, Linus, this is Cody. And Cody is
Points at the other dog?
Yeah, and it's really it's a social mixer. And Cody is the within a few days same age as my dog.
Is Cody this guy's dog that
No,
he uses?
Cody is a piece of ass's dog, and it was nice to have her in the class.
I've got guests in the studio.
She's a nice young
An
lady.
attractive woman?
Yes.
She a mommy?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
So you got the deets?
Little
You got
bit.
all the details?
Yeah, she kept mentioning her husband. Didn't like that.
Oh, that's because you were.
It's a bad sign.
You were hovering.
He was conversating and talking and saying, "Oh, what do you do?"
But But the dog.
I'm an unhappy marriage.
This is the sound. Is that the reason she mentioned her husband frequently? This is the sound she heard Rob making when she was next to him.
Yeah.
Only higher.
I didn't get any treats.
Right.
You go to the PTA meetings too?
Celebrity she most resembles.
She looked a lot like Jennifer Lawrence.
Really?
Yeah, but blonde,
That's
very
pretty good.
blonde,
So
very nice.
a young mom?
Yeah, mhm.
Really?
And the dog was a husky and had those massive husky paws and everything. But
Okay.
even though the same age as Linus is going to be a sturdy dog. But this dog had probably 15 pounds on mine.
Would you fancy yourself? I wrote this in parentheses
Yeah.
today. I said, I've never seen a better dog person. You are into this dog.
I love this dog.
You showed me a video clip the other day. Rob comes up to me and says, "Look at this, look at this," and it's his dog running around the kitchen. And
Yeah,
I said,
we've
"It's
got
official."
a kitchen island. And he's just doing
No,
donuts.
it's official, and you are a dog person.
They call it puppy love.
And you've always said I wasn't, and I never.
Now I know you are.
I am, and so we go in, and the dogs are right away. The husky doesn't bark. Linus is because he's little, and they're doing a lot of the things where they're trying to push each other down and be the dog.
How many dogs were in there?
At this point, there was only 2. There was a third one coming. I'll tell you about that one.
So it's just you, the answer me these questions 3 guy, and the hot lady.
Yes, and Jennifer Lawrence.
That's pretty cool.
It was not bad, but also you're in an arena, so you also have the pet owners that are walking by and looking in and smiling at you when the dog doesn't sit, and they're laughing at you.
The woman who was standing next to Rob probably was going, "My husband will be here shortly."
I hope. She said, "I'm going to blink twice. It means help." But the dogs, they were playing very well and trying to be top dog, literally top dog, and eventually they got tired of it because 10 minutes of puppy play is pretty intense. Then comes in the third dog. The third dog was late, and his name was Kankle.
Really?
Wow.
Yes. Kankle?
Kankle
Now,
is...
see, that to me says the owner's got a sense of humor.
funny.
No, it
yeah.
says to me that the owner's from out of town. I don't think the owner had any idea what Kankle meant.
Oh.
This is some sort of hairless, Venezuelan, big, dachshund-looking gray thing. It was ugly as sin. Really, there should have been an 11th commandment about this dog.
You are the judger.
Was it a rare breed or just a foreign
I'd
breed?
never seen it, so I imagine it because it's hairless.
Did you hate the dog because the dog was ugly, or did you hate the dog because it had a foreign owner?
Hated the dog because the dog barked always. The dog barked always.
Really?
And then there's the owner.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What part of the world would the owner have originated from, just out of idle curiosity?
Well, the accent that he had was, "I am having trouble because this dog is biting me always."
This is great. Richard Parker. Richard Parker, get the tiger. Get the tiger out of the mood, Richard Parker.
And so-
Life of Pi and Puppy School. Rob wants to bang the lady next to him.
We actually did really well, and Linus did learn one trick, which is if you hold a treat to your chin and say, "Watch me,"
Right.
he will sit and stay still.
You look like such a queen.
Yes, I am. I'm gay, Mike. I'm a lesbian.
Hey, and we should point out not that there's anything wrong with that.
Right.
Thank you very much.
There isn't.
So you hold the treat to your
Richard
chin,
Parker.
and you say, "Watch me," and they sit and they wait. And then if you put the treat down just between their front paws, it forces them to lay down. This is how you treat them: sit and lay
Same,
down.
and you can put that treat anywhere on your body.
That's right.
and it works the same way. I've done it.
I know you have.
With
Hey,
peanut butter.
Richard Parker, I'm going to put the treat between 2 pillows.
So then Kankle the dog
Kankle.
and Haji come in. And Haji, he said, "I am sorry I'm late, but we are having trouble with my dog." And he says, what is your dog's name?" "Kankle."
Kankle.
And he says, "Excuse me?" "Kankle, he is biting me always." And all this time, it's PetSmart, so it's not a really quiet environment anyway. But
right.
at least it had been calm. But then Kankle comes in and it's
You know what's funny about PetSmart?
constantly.
You now that you're a PetSmart frequenter,
Shopper.
Yeah.
and you've been there too,
Oh, of course.
because you've had pets before. But the fact is, PetSmart, the layout of PetSmart is always the staff is always the 2 high school kids
Right.
that are working the counter, and then usually just a complete uber pet nerd.
Yes.
And then
Sometimes a little older.
and probably one other person that's like the cat lady.
Yeah.
Right?
Precisely. I deal with the cat lady a lot, it seems.
The
And you know
cat
what?
lady that you get into her car and you'd have to get out because it stunk.
The
so
cat
bad.
lady lacks urgency.
Right.
Who is
yeah.
the? I mean, all I want to do is buy the little marrow bones that I need for the trees. Who is this?
And when you
How
say
old
she
is
lacks
he?
urgency, you mean she lacks urgency with self-maintenance.
Self-maintenance,
Right.
getting jobs done, anything.
Yeah.
I just, lady, all I want to do is buy these. How old is he?
I was looking in PetSmart for Remember when I went through the fish phase?
Yes.
And I was looking for aquarium supplies.
That was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago, but this is how much I remember it.
It's Saltwater Mike.
And I walked up to this lady and I said, I'm looking for this and this filter, some gravel for the bottom. I just need some supplies. She walked up to me and she said, and I went, oh God, no! Oh my God! It was breath from the grave.
I remember you mentioned this to me off air, but I didn't know you talked about it on air. You had a saltwater fish tank.
I had a freshwater fish tank.
Oh, freshwater.
The saltwater one was at work that broke and flooded Surf's office. That's
I wanted a saltwater one because they've got prettier fish.
Yes,
but I ended up getting my freshwater one, and it was a nightmare.
Mostly, he just raised bass.
When the aquarium failed, he opened a Queasy's.
I will take a Chihuahua over an aquarium. But anyway, I digress.
How about a Chihuahua in an aquarium?
So, what is the size? What is the size of the Indian?
It looked like a dachshund, but a bigger dachshund.
Okay,
but he was hairless and sort of a gunmetal gray.
Right,
and because it was hairless, you got to see all the bones and wrinkles and tendons. And it was
Is Jennifer Lawrence going to come to the next puppy class?
No, because I switched to Sundays.
Oh, for convenience sake?
No, because she kept talking about her husband.
No, because Carrie signed me up for it.
Okay.
So the dog is continually barking. And
but you know that she's not going to be there, so that meant you asked.
I did. I brought it up. Just making nice.
You're turning into your old man. You're a horny Rob Spiewak.
There are worse things to turn into, Mike.
That's right.
So finally it gets to the point where the dog Cankle is barking continually, and then there was one great moment when the Cody,
that's the hotties.
The husky just walked over as if he meant to do it and stepped on the bowl and sprayed water everywhere. He turned it over. But it was great because it made the comic book guy have to get down on his hands and knees. And
Did any of the water get on Jennifer Lawrence?
No, yes, Mike. It was like
that's the only thing that's really engaging me in this
like
story.
Like a
wet
T-shirt contest.
I mean, otherwise, it's really a standard puppy class story.
Yeah.
I'm really looking. Even the Indian guy. As soon as you said it was the MILF, I was
we were all
okay, what if I tell you the Indian guy was also very handsome?
Wow.
He's complaining, and also Cankle is not doing Watch Me. Cankle is not laying down, and he says, and there is another problem. Yesterday, Cankle, I come home and he's eating my wall.
Bad dog.
And he says, oh, well, what you need to get is...
He is eating my wall always.
Every day he is eating my wall. Oh, another day. And he said, when I undress at the end of the day, he is grabbing my slacks and running.
The guy sounds like doesn't he expect that with a dog?
I would think, and Cankle is like 5 months old, so these are behaviors that really should have been corrected. Always he is taking my socks. Mm-hmm. So the comic book guy says, what you need to invest in is called bitter apple.
That's
and
right.
he pulls out a spray, and it's like off, it tastes bad and smells
but it's
bad.
Natural.
So he said, what this? And he sprays some bitter apple on his comic book hand, and he holds it to Linus, and Linus goes like, and gets away, and he holds it to Cody, the husky, and the husky goes, and gets away. He holds it up to Cankle. Cankle starts licking it.
No,
I love that.
Smell.
That's good
So
stuff.
I will miss Jennifer Lawrence. I'm not going to miss Cankle. I look forward to Sunday and see what the next trick is.
All right. Well, this is this segment's got a bit of an international flavor to it.
Yes.
Moving on to our, and I'm so glad I finally got this on the show this week. I wanted to talk to both of you about your lives. You've got Rob Spiewak who goes to puppy class, and then you've got the exotic Oscar Santana who's going to China.
Ni hao.
You're going to China.
Yes, I am.
Are you excited?
We actually, Todd and I had a meeting yesterday evening.
A meeting
where
a shirtless meeting.
Where we took our shirts off and sat in his office and figured out what our plan of action was going to be. We're going to fly into Beijing.
Oh, my apologies. I forgot to play this.
That's right.
It's Oscar's World.
Boo!
Right.
Oscar's World.
Oscar's World.
Boo!
So it's serious. You're flying into Beijing.
So flying to Beijing, and then we're flying from Beijing to Hong Kong, and then from Hong Kong, we're meeting the delegation in Hong Kong, and then heading up to Shui. I can't even pronounce it.
You got to work on that. You have to make an effort to work on pronouncing at least the towns.
Shui something. I don't even know.
You're going to have to be careful, Oscar, because apparently the Chinese have a different word for everything.
They do. If I'm in Hong Kong and I want to say thank you, and they really don't say thank you, but I guess you're welcome or something like that.
I have mentioned
it's Shay Shay, and if I leave Hong Kong, it's Shay Shi.
Careful.
I got to work on this.
You're going to do fine.
How about if you say pizza 3 times quick?
Pizza. Pizza.
Can't pronounce
What could
you know
possibly go wrong?
I like it when we have guests in the studio. Oscar can't pronounce pizza.
It's because I'm Latin. My mom to this day says instead of pizza, she says pizza, and I used to say pizza as well.
Isn't it great that this is what
one of
he
the
does for a
greatest
living?
things that ever came out of the Big
It's
O and Do
horrible.
show? Pizza.
So it's I'm learning a little Mandarin from Katie Cole who went to
Girl.
Yeah, she went to Beijing for 2
didn't-
weeks. She
I
went to
didn't know
China.
that.
Yeah, she went
Really?
all over China for 2 weeks.
She's a mystery woman.
Yeah,
isn't
She fit
and-
in well over there because she looks like a local.
Yeah.
And
Sorry about the whole Beth Ann thing.
Hey, you know what? It would have been nice if you said that to me 3 years ago.
Okay,
Thanks,
she
Mike.
landed on her feet because she now works for Tmos.
Very good.
Todd gave her a nice job,
Mm-hmm.
and we've been talking about what we're going to do in China. So we're going to probably, as we land, we're going
Is
to.
she going with you?
She's not going with us.
Oh, that's a
Wouldn't it be
shame.
great if she came over with a kimono?
Why don't you just? What is wrong with you today?
It's all ramped up.
Is it the weekend that you got your testosterone is up or something?
We
You-
need to send you to
You
obedience
put
school.
that goo under your armpit or something?
It's
I did not
Sexy
put anything
Fridays.
in it. Okay, very good.
It's Sexy Friday.
So
You
we
know.
fly into Beijing, going to see the Great Wall within the first 3 days
It's
over
Mink's
there.
tattoo, isn't it?
It is.
All right, thank you.
And then we head to Hong Kong.
And it's also Schutz.
And once we get to Hong Kong, we take a bus to the manufacturing district, the city. We take a bus with the entire crew.
God, I wish I could
Yeah.
get on a Chinese bus.
It's a 17-and-a-half
You
hour
can,
flight.
downtown.
I have mentioned your trip to
Yes.
people.
Yeah.
And what I've gotten more than anything else are, believe it or not, I'm not trying to freak you out here because, I mean, it's international travel. I've gotten warnings. Have you gotten these warnings about
Absolutely.
things like, I never thought of China as, you think of Mexico and places like Haiti, don't drink the water.
Right.
But China, apparently, you've got to be very careful over there, too. Not because of, the organic pollution, but because of industrial pollution.
Do you know the number one warning I got from anyone I talked to?
What's that?
Is
Don't
if
sleep
you-
with Todd.
And if you buy a bottle of liquor like Jack Daniels,
Yeah.
sometimes they're counterfeit, so they're not real. So be
And
careful.
that can kill
Could be
you.
poison.
Yeah, but what does that say about my friends and family? The first thing they tell me about is the Jack Daniels bottle.
They tried the Jack Daniels.
Here's the thing that I think probably in your mind you ought to remember more than anything else, that when you're going over there, you're in a land that really doesn't put any kind of restrictions on any kind of industry.
There's lead in everything.
I mean, didn't they talk during the
That's
Olympics that they'd really cleaned up Beijing?
Well, they
because-
shut down all
because
the
Beijing
factories.
had it was just black sky.
Yeah,
that it
yeah.
was
And it's
terrible.
gotten that way again.
And because it's a secret society over there, you don't know, and they don't get anything out to the free
Take
world.
a mask, a breathing mask or something.
The fruit. I heard the fruit that the vendors that sell fruit, not that kind of fruit.
Not the
right?
fruit.
So be
Seems to
very careful.
Be a recurring theme on the show today. The fruit that they send it down. Is it the Yangtze River or whatever that river is? Over
I
there?
think you're.
But they
Sounds
get
right.
the
The Yang
fruit
River?
to market by floating it into the industrially polluted river.
That's great. It's 1800 over there.
And that because the rivers are so polluted that the water gets into the fruit
All
as
true.
it floats down the river, so you shouldn't eat the fruit. I mean, I've heard some
no,
really
I've heard it
weird
too.
stories.
You're going to have
over
a hard time keeping it tight.
Well, no, yeah, of course. I'm not be eating anything. Apparently, the food is very spicy as well.
Ah, that's
and
good,
that's
though.
not going to work for
No,
your
that
boy.
is that is good for
there.
you.
Anything else that you've heard
I
that
know.
we wouldn't know?
I found out. I'm going to give you some detail. The flight there is going to be anywhere from 17.5 to 19 hours.
Nice.
It's like driving to Florida.
You don't mind flying.
No.
You're cool with that.
No, but
I'd
I've never
hate
been in a plane for 17 and a half
19
hours.
How
hours
soon
or whatever.
before? Now, do you plan on blacking out at the front part of the flight?
Well, yeah, I've already put a call in for Ambien if that's possible.
Okay.
And maybe an airport bar.
Okay, so
that
you
could
mix
work.
the right amount of pills
Yes.
and liquor. That'll pass you.
You'll be
out.
fine. You'll be on the Dreamliner, no trouble. Batteries blazing red hot, and you're asleep.
And then two, on the way back, it's even a longer leg. And we had to book these flights because we have to go to the Chinese consulate to get the. Because
Most importantly, how much work time are you going to be losing?
I'm going to be gone for 7 shows.
7 shows.
Yes, total.
Okay,
And he'll be great
Mark
when
that
he-
down. Dock him for the extra 2
That's right.
days.
He'll be
7
great
shows.
on that show when he comes back. The first one back, he'll be refreshed.
Right.
Great.
And
Very
speaking Chinese.
Very happy.
When you come back, I'm taking 2 shows off, just on general principle.
You're more than welcome.
Just because I'm getting tired of all you guys. I really.
And I'll bill you for all the industry I bring to you.
Oh, I like that.
There you go.
He's going on an entrepreneurial
That's right.
mission.
Yeah.
You don't have to
We're
go-
going to have new toys and products for the Mike O'Mara Show because of this visit.
You don't have to go to China, but you can go to Chinatown if you want. Take 2 days and go down under the arch by the Verizon Center.
What are you? Before we wrap this up, what
Yeah.
are you looking forward to the most on this? Trip?
I'm looking forward to seeing the Great Wall, but
great.
Moreover, I never thought in my dreams I'd ever be able to go to China at any point in my life.
It's kind of cool.
And to experience it now, while I have the time and I have the real freedom to go and think beyond what we can possibly do on this program. I really believe that I'm going to walk into a meeting and they're going to have not just little USB clips, but they're going to have something that we haven't seen locally here that we can apply to this business.
Cool.
Where we could bring it to the masses, but we can bring it with our flavor and our touch and our price point, which is going to be better than anybody else's, and hopefully people will respond to it.
What he's saying, translation, that's things made out of plastic for a penny.
That's right. That we can sell for a nickel.
Yeah, amen.
I think you should take a lot of pictures.
I will take a lot.
I think it'd be nice.
And they have Skype there, so I'll do my best to get back on the
He will try to
program.
Skype in, and we hope we could get that would be a real rush.
We do the show roughly around 10:30, 11 o'clock here, Eastern Standard Time in the States. So
Right.
there, it's going to be 11:30
That'll be in the middle of your evening.
PM. It'll be PM.
We'll get drunk in Oscar every night.
So we'll work it out.
I'd love you to Skype, and that'd be great. We'll take a break. I didn't get to anything I wanted to talk about as far as over the weekend homework assignment. Take a look at that Jeff Gordon video.
Oh, it's great.
Have you all seen it?
Yes.
The Jeff Gordon. I want to credibility alert.
Yeah,
I
I
loved
agree.
it.
I
It's
thought that.
fantastic. But I think when the guy started screaming, I said, actor.
agree.
Yeah.
We'll discuss that on Monday's show. We'll take a break, come back with Rob and the Magic Audio Vault right after this. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. This is a thank you that I'd like to send out to you, our listeners, because you really do support our advertisers. I was telling you yesterday about RC Kitchens and what a good guy Rory Callahan is, and how much I value local advertisers that come on this show. And you've reached out already, and Rory, you sent me one of the nicest messages from an advertiser.
Really?
And it just validates the fact that you're a good guy and that you've got a great business, and we want to support you, and we want our listeners to support you. We're talking about RC Kitchens. They're a remodeling company right here in the Washington, D.C. area, and you don't want to get those cheesy kitchen cabinets. You want the good stuff.
Yeah.
Get a kitchen custom made by artists using real wood and quality materials. Contact our good friend Rory Callahan. Really, this is a guy that I want to see put a few in the win column. RC Kitchens will do the job that's right for you. They don't mess around with the estimates where they say, we're going to get it done. Yeah, we'll do it in a week. No problem. He's honest about it. He tells you what the real deal is. He gives you the legitimate estimate. He also gives you a legitimate timetable, and you won't have to worry about him BSing you on that. This is a great company. I want you to support them. RC Kitchens, they make it a point to find out exactly what you want. Estimates from RC Kitchens are guaranteed accurate for both time and price. So remember that. RC Kitchens serves the D.C. area all the way up to the beaches of Delmarva.
Wow.
But, if you've got a special project, they'll do it for you. It's a recession, for God's sakes. They'll go anywhere.
They'll meet you halfway.
If you're outside the D.C. area, RC Kitchens might still be able to help you.
Ooh.
Contact Rory Callahan and his crew today at rckitchens.com. That's rckitchens.com. And really, Rory, I love to get feedback from both people that use products that are advertisers, and I like getting nice notes, and that's wonderful that you shared that with me yesterday, and you guys should be happy
It's
about
really
that.
classy of him, too. He didn't have to write that.
Cool guy, RC Kitchens. Now it's time to open the Magic Audio Vault for today, March 15th, Friday. Rob Spiewak, take it away.
Okay, you know the song Vehicle. You know this song, right?
I love this.
Yeah, you know who the artist is?
Let me see. It sounds familiar. I have no idea.
The Ides of March.
It is the Ides of March.
What are the Ides of March?
The Ides, I believe, technically means 2 weeks. But it is the 15th day of March.
So it's 2 weeks in?
Yeah, essentially.
Well, why did they pull that? Why does it get a name?
Because in Act 1, Scene 1 of Julius Caesar by William Shakespeare, the soothsayer says to Caesar, beware the Ides of March. And he's killed on March 15th.
Stabbed 32 times, chopped him into salad, hence the name
Well,
Caesar
even though it's
salad.
Shakespeare, why didn't he say beware March 15th?
That's not iambic pentameter.
But then he wouldn't sound like Shakespeare. That's how Shakespeare talked.
Anyway, so that's the Ides of March, March 15th.
Brain freeze?
Pretty glad you brought it up, huh?
Making my
Glad
brain
you asked,
hurt.
aren't you?
Yeah. So anyway,
what else you want to know?
one of my favorite voices that you will do because it's kid friendly. You do a good Donald Duck sneeze, and here's a tape not of Donald Duck sneezing, but of Donald Duck sleeping. Stay with me. I do have a point. Here's Donald Duck sleeping. Okay.
I'm laughing.
See, from this we make a living. The reason I bring this up is there's a YouTube video up, and we have it on our YouTube page, MikeO'MaraShow.com. Beckham the dog. They call him Bex. He's a big dog. Looks like to be mostly Great Dane.
Right.
When Beckham sleeps, he sleeps like Donald Duck.
Okay.
So you need to imagine this is a Great Dane sleeping. Okay.
That's great.
So sorry to be
Those
so
are those
dog-centric
big
today.
jowls.
But it's so great.
You know what? I almost pulled the trigger on a Great Dane about 2 years ago.
Oh, it's
that'd
so
be cool.
big.
I love them, though. I love Great Danes. I've always wanted a Great Dane.
You've almost pulled the trigger on Frankie.
I'm actually going to get one as soon as the baby comes.
That'll be good.
Because I'm an idiot. No,
Great
Let them
time
ride
together.
them.
All right, do you want to play the St. Patrick's game?
Yeah.
I know that the bagpipes is a Scottish instrument, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
But a lot of times it's looped in because
Yeah.
it's more convenient. I'm going to play you bagpipe songs, versions of songs you know.
Okay.
And you have to name that tune. Mike, it's St. Patrick's Day bagpipe, name that tune.
I'm all in.
Here's the first one. Ladies and gentlemen, name this song. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Anyone?
No, I don't know.
Anyone?
Something.
It's so beautiful.
Someone left the vacuum cleaner on.
Oh, it's oh my God, it's Adele.
It is. It's
Yes.
Rolling in the Deep.
Yay,
I'm
Good
impressed.
job.
That's
All right.
impressive.
So this is if it wasn't the bagpipes, it'd sound like this.
Very cool. You got another one?
I do. Can you name this bagpipe song?
It's a rock band.
It is.
Is it Bon Jovi?
No, I'm sorry.
Damn
That is
it.
incorrect. You are locked out. You can no longer guess.
Damn.
Officer Meg and Schutz, you can guess too if you like.
Don't call him Schutz.
Sound a little like GNR.
It is Guns N'
Guns N'
Roses.
Roses! Mike Schutz! Mike Schutz did it!
Yay!
Awesome.
Sweet child.
There it is.
Oh my.
That gets another plug for the 2013 Officer Down Memorial Ride, Saturday, April 27th, out in Haymarket. Registration starts at 9 a.m. It'll begin and end at the Lion and Bull Restaurant Bar and Grill out in Haymarket, Virginia. Check them out.
Mike,
Way
I
to go. Hey, nice
huge.
goal.
That was huge.
And you didn't even have the headphones on.
No, I think you got yours turned loud enough for me.
I know.
I hold in my hand the last bagpipe record. Mike,
cool.
name this bagpipe song.
We got
Josh wants to weigh in.
Josh Murphy.
Would that be Crazy Train?
Nice job, Josh.
You folks are awesome.
Ozzy.
Honestly, when I was pulling these, I couldn't find the melody in any of
It's
them.
a nice tie-in because Cerrito, is gay for Ozzy.
He is.
And
there's that word
I
again.
noticed.
And I will be St. Pattying at Jimmy's Old Town Tavern on
you
Sunday,
should. probably
somewhere between the hours of 2 and 5.
I'll see you there.
I will be. Are you going over
Yes,
there?
sir.
Awesome.
It's going to be Ozzy Osbourne. All right, while we're on the St. Patrick's thing, Frank McCourt, he wrote the book Angela's Ashes. Did you read that?
I did.
I actually read it too. I thought it was great.
I thought it was ridiculously downer. And let me just say,
Oh, yeah,
I always
I
thought
agree,
that.
it was sad.
I got halfway through that book and I'm like, okay, I understand you were raised in poverty in Ireland, but come on, you're getting a little. It was so down. It was so, and he got called on the carpet from people in Ireland about that because they said he exaggerated his misery.
Well, you
a
want to
little
talk
bit
about
over there.
exaggeration. Talk about the exaggeration of an Irish voice. I don't want to say that it sounds like he's been drinking.
Oh yeah,
But this
he's also old.
Yeah, but this is Frank McCourt talking Mike
Yeah.
about the name Seamus.
Okay.
He just wants to talk about the name Seamus.
Very good.
Is Frank McCourt.
Seamus, the Irish version of James. Many well-known Irishmen have been called Seamus, including the 1995 Nobel Poet Laureate Seamus Heaney. The Nobel Prize in Literature was awarded for his works of lyrical beauty and ethical depth.
Is there a chance? Could you tell me where the crackers are? I need to get the crackers off the top shelf, and you put them, for Christ's sake, you put them in the back of the pantry.
Yeah, do you read about literature?
That's right. Now, they're right next to my Bushmills or my Jameson or my Fillmore.
So for tonight, dinner will be crackers and whiskey.
Crackers and whiskey.
Do you put the crackers in the whiskey?
You can put the crackers anywhere you want. It depends on where they're. I thought you put those crackers between two pillows. Have a little puppy dog get them out of there.
Los Angeles weatherman Mike Jim. It's pronounced spelled Castillo. I guess it's probably Castillo.
Castillo.
Okay,
Castillo.
so he was commenting about
Smith.
a guess is McCourt.
Mm-hmm.
He's commenting
Famous.
about a guest who is, I think, a marathon runner.
Okay.
And you know what some people call tennis shoes? They call them their tennies.
Tennies?
Yeah, but the way he says tennies to my ear doesn't sound like tennies.
Okay.
But I want you to know, as we play this and keep the show broadcast friendly, he's saying tennies.
And how about this? More than 50 marathons in 1 year. The marathon goddess is going to be here in the studio with us to tell us more about the motivation behind her goal. Jimmy.
Hi, guys. I just met her. Yeah, fantastic. She has some nice titties. All right, tennis shoes. All right, let's check in with weather.
Oh, he clarified it.
Yeah, well, I'm glad he clarified
Well,
it.
it
Those
also
are nice
covers
tennies.
his ass that whoever made that recording had a condenser mic that was in Cleveland recording something in Los Angeles.
Pointing away from him.
Right.
You know, Snoop,
Is that a YouTube video?
It is.
It's like, all right, here we are. Got the TV turned on.
Ma.
I mean, look, we don't expect everybody to be an audio engineer, but that's the ultimate,
Help
hey,
us
this is funny. I think I'll record it.
Yeah, just pointing their phone sort of towards the TV.
Sort of.
Snoop Lion, Mike. Perhaps you remember him as Snoop Dogg.
Yes.
I like to close with him today because he's dropping a new album. I think next week it's a reggae album.
Okay.
And he's going by the name Snoop Lion.
That's
and
right.
they asked him to comment about his marijuana use.
Okay.
My apologies to the officers in the studio.
Okay, very good.
So here's a Snoop Lion, Mike.
I'm not smoking anymore. And I'm not smoking any less.
That is your magic audio vault. Have a great weekend, everybody.
All right, we'll take a break, come back with Buzz and News as we wrap things up for a Friday show. This is the Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome back to the show. I want to give him one more hit here.
Yes,
It's the Officer Down Memorial Ride happening Saturday, April 27th. Rain or shine, if you don't ride in the rain, you don't ride. There you go. Remember that. On-site registration and check-in starts at 9 a.m. with the last bike out by 10:30. The ride starts at the Lion and Bull Restaurant Bar and Grill that is located at 5351 Merchants View Square in Haymarket. The best hand and other prizes will be awarded. They got bands out there. It's going to be a great day. To register in advance, and you get the free T-shirt if you do that.
Yay.
You go to the OfficerDownMemorialRide.com and you can get your T-shirts and patches for the event at that website as well. If you are in our listening audience and you want to support the cause and you don't ride, go to this website, get yourself a T-shirt and a patch and help
Sure.
the cause. We
Do
would
it.
really say thank you if you did. We'll get right to it right now. Buzz Burbank and News on the Mike O'Mara Show. Take it away, Buzz.
Thank you, Mike. We're brought to you today by Encore Insurance Services, LLC, the people who bring you the show every weeknight on 102.9 WTNT. Even if you already have life insurance, you might be paying too much. Encore may be able to help, just as they helped Oscar. For a free quote, visit smartterm.com or call 866-347-5748. They will compare rates to help you save. License and disclaimer info at smartterm.com. Let them know you appreciate them as much as we do. Encore Insurance Services. Now, you probably heard about horse meat being served as beef and pork in Europe.
Oh, I need to play this again then, Mike. You know the song I just played?
The horse.
It's called The Horse.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Lucky.
The question is, could it happen here? Probably not. A new bill in Congress would ban the slaughter of horses and ban the human consumption of horse meat. That used to be illegal anyway until the law expired 2 years ago.
How's that going in China?
I'll find out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get to the bottom of that, Oscar.
I would, if it was between a rock and a hard place, I'd eat horse.
I know.
It's
I
meat.
know. I
It's-
was served horse in France.
Really?
Yeah,
I
you
got a
said
steak,
for steak.
that it was shaped wrong, like nothing from a cow.
Taste good?
No, tasted like a horse.
Okay.
Well, when the law expired 2 years ago, that's when horse meat actually started turning up again around the world. Recently, a company in Roswell, New Mexico, announced it plans to start slaughtering horses for humans to eat.
Were they alien horses?
This new, it makes you wonder.
Yeah, 'cause
This-
Roswell.
This new law would put a stop to that.
You went for it, didn't you? You wanted to go for it. Your alien sound.
No, I didn't.
Do you have your alien sound over there?
Oh, you mean the scary
The Roswell,
I
New
wouldn't-
Mexico
I wouldn't
sound.
mind hearing
Wouldn't it be scary if they had alien horses?
They're radioactive.
I'm glad I asked for that.
I am too. Republicans in Washington, meanwhile, are eating their own. Yesterday, Rand Paul and other young Republicans at their conservative conference in Virginia clearly implied that fellow GOPer John McCain is, quote, stale and moss-covered and not a true conservative.
Hi, I'm stale.
And I'm moss-covered.
The party is now sharply divided between those who believe it needs to be more conservative to win elections.
Hey, the only thing moss-covered about Rand Paul is that crap on the top of his head.
Yeah, and it only grows on the north side of his head.
What
Did
is
you know
that? I really think he owes it to his constituents to at least be forthcoming about
Yes.
what that is, because it has, let me say this delicately, it resembles pubis. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So Republicans
Well
divided
handled.
between those who think they need to be more conservative to win elections and those who think the party needs to be more inclusive of women and minorities and more willing to bend on social issues. One Republican lawmaker has reversed his views on gay marriage. Ohio Senator Rob Portman is supporting it now that his son has come out as gay. The senator's dramatic announcement.
Hey, this is Eric Ronick from Black Gold.
That's not his son.
That is not his
They
son.
love him just the
That
same.
is not his son.
I don't know how that happened.
The announcement came just 1 week before the Supreme Court considers striking down the Anti-Gay Defense of Marriage Act. Portman was on the short list to be Mitt Romney's running mate last year. We're hearing mixed reviews on President Obama's charm offensive. He met this week, as you know, with lawmakers on both sides, hoping to make progress on the budget stalemate.
How you doing?
Both President...
Hey, President.
Hey, you want to go out to dinner?
No, I don't find you charming.
Lick it.
You know what'd be great for St. Patrick's Day?
What's that?
Why don't you launch a Lucky Charm offensive?
Jesus. Another Irish stereotype. Boo.
I kind of liked it.
Oh, Danny boy.
Okay.
Both the president and Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell came out of the meeting hopeful, saying that progress was made. Other Republican lawmakers, though, say the stalemate continues. And Maryland is about to become the 18th state to drop capital punishment. Maryland hasn't executed anyone in 8 years anyway. Dropping the death penalty has been a goal of Governor O'Malley since the day he took office. He may be getting his wish today with a final vote in the House of Delegates.
O'Malley, that sounds Irish, too.
Not only that, Mike, it's going to save a lot on electricity if we don't use the chair anymore.
Hey, hello. Come up to City of Baltimore. We're not going to do that no more.
No.
You can come up here, have the Pollock Johnny's half smoked, and then we'll fry the guy right down the street.
Low Melser told me we're not going to use lethal injection no more.
I was standing outside the gatehouse of the prison when Marty Bass comes up to me and says, they ain't doing it no more. They ain't doing no more executions in Baltimore.
No more. The good news for gun control advocates is that a Senate committee has approved a ban on 160 military-style assault weapons. The bad news for those folks is it doesn't have a chance in hell of passing the full Senate. All 10 Democrats on the committee voted for the bill. All 8 Republicans voted against it. A number of bills have been launched in the Texas legislature that would let that state, supposedly, ignore any new federal gun control laws. Some of the bills even try to make it illegal to enforce new federal gun laws in Texas. Quoting a Baptist minister, God has given us a basic right to bear arms.
A Baptist minister said that.
I think it must be in the Bible.
Yeah,
You know what?
God loves guns.
God loves guns.
He does.
Sometimes you just the simplicity of what you
That's our new bumper sticker.
Yeah, it does.
Carnival cruise ships have been back in the news this week.
Oh my God, I heard about this.
Oh, it's a trifecta
Yeah,
now.
it is.
The
Great day to be them.
Carnival Triumph, crippled by fire, power outages, and sewage 3 weeks ago. We now know it was known to have had problems before it ever left the dock.
Do you know what Carnival needs?
Shocking.
And Mark, I know you're listening to the show. Mark's working from home today. I will say, Mark Ronick, Carnival needs TMOS.
Yeah,
That's
they
right.
do.
That's right.
We're here to help. I think this is our opportunity.
We can mop sewage.
This is our opportunity for the Mike O'Mara Show
That's
cruise.
right, to save a cruise
I'm
line.
down with it. I don't
Yeah.
care if we get stranded out there as long as we can do the show.
Come
That's
down
right.
to the Lido deck. You'll forget the smell of feces.
Right.
As
It'll be
we do our magic.
Just another bit.
We'll do another bit. It'll be
right.
a fantastic. I would like the next road trip to be on a cruise ship.
That's great. That
Yeah.
sounds awesome.
And you know what?
A Carnival cruise ship.
It would be great for Mark because he loves BM.
Okay, we got to wrap it up, Buzz.
Finally, it wasn't until this week we finally saw the pile of complaints the FCC got about this year's Super Bowl broadcast. The FCC says most of the thousands of complaints were about Beyonce's halftime show. Quoting one letter, she basically humped the air, simulating sex for 13 minutes. Another, her outfit looked like it came out of a sex shop or porn video. Her breasts protruded out. Her butt almost completely showed. She wore hooker boots and danced like she was in a strip club. Another letter, opening her legs right in the camera so we could see her crotch in tight leather undergarments.
Jeez. Wow.
And this one, the commercial that showed a woman kissing a nerd, disgusting. My grandchildren were watching. I had to hurry up and grab the remote. And also that raunchy Beyonce gyrating her vagina in front of the cameras. And that is entertainment? Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
I'm Buzz Burbank on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Thank you very much, Buzz, and we want to say thank you to Meg Hawkins, Officer Meg Hawkins,
Yay!
and Mike Schutz, the technical director from the Officer Down Memorial page. Guys, good luck with your ride. I hope you get 1,000 bikes out there.
Thank you. Thanks for letting us come on.
That'll be awesome. And Mike, thank you very much, and say hi to the rest of the Schutzes for me.
Yes.
I'll certainly do that.
Thank you very much. It's going to kill me after the
Going
show.
to hell, Mike.
Our show today was brought to you by our Amazon page. Remember, bookmark it. The banner at michaelmarashow.com/Amazon takes you directly to your account. And now you can line your Amazon page to your City Card Rewards account to save even more. Did I say that the right way?
Yeah, I think you did fine.
All right, it's time for me to get out of here. Once again, remember that date, April 27th, Officer Down Memorial Ride. I'll be there. Carlo will be there. Some of the guys will be there. We want to see you there, and it's a wonderful organization. We wish them the best of luck. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.
So long.
Ciao, ciao.
Watch your fries.